All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sunshine Acres. I'm Jason here. We are back in the wood yard, and if you saw a couple videos ago, we filled up 2 of these metal bins with firewood and went through the dimensions and all that. We got 4 more of those, and we're going to fill those up. We'll get started this morning. We'll go down in the shop. We'll build a faux pallet, if you will, for the bottom of this, just to get it off the bottom so water doesn't get trapped in there. Gets a little bit of airflow, helps these guys dry out a little bit. Dimensions on this, side to side, we're gonna go 3'5". Front to back will be right at 3 foot. And then at the end of the day, after our dimensions last time, we want 3 feet tall of firewood. So we're at 40 inches. So we'll make these pallets 4 inches deep. And yeah, that's it. We're gonna get busy. And again, we don't know if this is gonna work out 100%, but we got 6 of them. So we're gonna fill 6 of them up. And it's the beginning of October now. The weather's fantastic today. It's been a super hot summer, pretty much no matter where you're at in this country. So we're glad to have this nice weather this week. So looking forward to getting some work done, and we're gonna get started. Come along. So being that we're still in test mode with these metal boxes, I'm just gonna use scrap OSB here for the tops and bottoms of these faux pallets. I'm gonna cut 3-inch strips, 3.5 feet long. We'll have 2 rungs on each side for those guys. And for the verticals, I'm gonna use this leftover tongue and groove from the house build, and we'll make those pieces 2.5 inches tall and 3 feet long. We'll do 4 on each one, so a total of 16. And get to cutting, and then we'll put them together. All right, before we get started cutting, I want to talk about something real quick. I had the opportunity a couple weeks ago. Actually, I had the opportunity a long time ago, but I finally took advantage of it to reach out to an old Marine buddy of mine, Brian. Hadn't talked to him in 25 years, and actually reached out to him just messenger type thing or text a couple years ago. I was building close to where he lives, and now I'm a little further away, but still close enough to do that. So finally reached out and met up with him a couple weeks ago, went out and had dinner. Like I said, it's been 25 years since I saw him, and just had a great time. So if you're listening to this, I challenge you, if there's somebody, a family member or friend that you haven't reached out to in a long time, do it. Reach out, meet up with them, just leave a message, tell them you're thinking about them. It'll do your heart good, and probably theirs as well. All right, so we've got all our cuts made. We got 16 of the 2.5 inch, and then 32 of the 3 inch. So as you can see here, I have rough laid out. We're just gonna put 4 strips of this OSB on top, square it up a little bit, with, put some nails in it, flip it over, and do the same thing, a total of 4 times. Come along, we're gonna put these things together. so that's it. Got the faux pallets built, and next thing we need to do is just get these guys moved over to the splitter and start filling them up. I think I've got a fair amount bucked and stacked and ready to go as far as rounds, so I'm hoping I have enough to fill 2, and then I may pick this up again tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll have to get a chainsaw at some point, but yeah, let's fill them up. Yeah, quick break here, but you can see the staining in that wood, firewood there. That's when you get metal in a log. Like this guy right here. A big chunk of metal. Of course, I found that out via the sawmill. So now I have a metal detector, but I did not use it on that one, so now I do the right thing. Okay, so we're going to get into day 2 of filling up these last 4 metal bins with firewood. First off, a lot of this stuff is just trash. We got into some ants on these guys here, and then just a smaller pile here. If you can see in the background, I got the fire pit going, and a few rounds here to get, or a few cuts to make to get a few rounds out of what's left there. And then I'll start bringing over other logs to cut up as well. But yeah, this is the end of number 2. So we're gonna get, like I said, get the yard cleaned up, get that guy topped off, and then work on the last 2 bins. Here we go. Yesterday I showed you one piece of red oak log that had the metal stains already in it. And this is off that same log, and as I was splitting through that, you can see I got double nails right through there. I mean, that is, you see where the bark's at, and those nail heads got to be way back in here near the heartwood, the nail heads. So I did put the remainder of this log back on the mill. I was going to give it a shot. I don't know about that now. We'll see. I've got an older blade on there, so I may risk that blade to get through it. But definitely, I thought it was that huge hunk of metal on the side of it. That was it. But man, if I got more of this in there, I'm probably gonna stay away from it, but we'll see. And here's the other thing. You saw me cleaning up the wood yard earlier, and just hand loading the bucket on the tractor. In the past, I've located the bucket tractor right next to it just to throw the trash in. Shame on me for not doing that yesterday. That just makes things a lot quicker. I can just drive over and dump it on the fire pit and be done with it. But keep getting better every time. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this video. We got, whoa. So we got 4 baby face cords, which is 2/3 of a face cord in each one of these metal bins. So we've got all 6 of the metal bins filled up now as the experiment. And we'll let them sit for a year. Like I said in the last video where we filled the first 2 up. This is 2024 firewood, so this is the first that we're cutting for next year. We're getting ready to, next week, start selling 2023 wood, and we put together 5 cords that we're selling. This is kind of our first year of doing that. Next year for 2024, the goal is to have 10 cords and go from there. I don't know if, I mean, definitely want it to be kind of a side business, but not necessarily full-time work. This is a lot of work, but it's a good exercise for the big boy here. So I need to keep doing that to keep my figure looking like it is, or hopefully a little better. What else was there? Oh, when I'm cutting firewood, I can't help but think of my dad. A little bit of a shame. He's been gone about 8 years now, but yeah, every time I cut firewood, we did a lot of that when I was growing up. So that kind of ties into what I was saying earlier. I had a chance to reach out to an old Marine Corps buddy a couple weeks ago, go to dinner with him. Hadn't seen him in 25 years. Had a great time, been keeping in touch with him ever since. So take my advice. I mean, take advantage of that. If there's a family member or a friend that you haven't reached out to in a long time that you think about, touch base with them, because, like I'm thinking about my dad today. There'll come a day where they won't be here, so do that. I hope you like this video. A lot of hard work today. It is cooling off a little bit, but it's still hot. But I like it. So I hope you like this video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, tell your mama, tell your friends, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.